Good evening, students. How are you? Today I will start the same chapter. Okay, we will discuss the ingredients of the preamble in detail. Okay, now come to the ingredients. First one is sovereign. This sovereign word has been derived from Surenus. Okay, what does Surenus means? It means supreme authority. Supreme means the biggest one, like God. God has supreme powers. Now, no one is bigger than God. So Surenus means what? Supreme authority. Those who is more powerful, that is only called supreme authority. If a state has a supreme authority within the defined territorial area, which state is called a sovereign state? If a state has a supreme authority, if a state has more powers within the state where the state is. Okay, now this sovereignty is of two types. First one is internal and second one is external. What happens in internal means coming inside, external going outside. What internal means? It means the state has supreme authority, means state exercises its power over individuals and associations, and it can exercise its powers on resources institutions. But what happens in external? It means the state conducts its own affairs without any interference of other states. It means that no one can interfere in the affairs of a state. No state can ask why you are doing so, why you are doing so. Okay, so there is no compulsion or no interference of other states. Now come to the next page. Okay, in the previous video I have discussed when constitution was implemented. It was implemented on 26 November, okay, 1949. So when constitution was implemented, when constitution was adopted, then only India became a sovereign state. And when India became sovereign state, it began on 26 January 1950. When? 26 January 1950. Okay, now with respect to preamble, the word sovereign means that India is an independent state. What do you mean by independent? Not dependent on others. Means taking decisions on its own. When you will earn money, you will become independent, but now you are dependent on your parents. Because when you are independent, you can take your own decisions. But when you are dependent on parents, you can't take your own decisions. Okay, you are totally dependent on your parents. So India is neither a dependency of other nation but an independent state. Independent means sovereign state. There is no authority above it. What does it mean? There is no authority above it means India is the most powerful and it is free to conduct its own affairs. Either it is internal or external, India can conduct it freely. Okay, no compulsion of states, no interference of other states. So on the whole, we can say that India is a sovereign state. Being a sovereign state, can India acquire foreign territories? The answer to this question is yes. Being a sovereign state, India can acquire foreign territories because, and also India can cede or provide a part of its territory in favor of a foreign states. It means that India can either give part of its territories to foreign states or foreign states can give its part to India. Okay, now come to the main meaning of sovereign. Sovereign is defined as a ruler with unlimited power. Who has unlimited power? God has unlimited power. Host has unlimited power. Okay, they can do anything. Okay, God can give you lives and take away your lives. So God has unlimited power. Okay, the chief or greatest or independent, the bigger one, the more powerful. Okay, that means sovereign. Sovereign means most powerful, independent. See from example. A king is an example of someone with sovereign powers. Why? Because king used to exercise its power over its people. Okay, only the king takes decisions what are goods and what are bads for his kingdom. Okay, so king is the supreme one. A country has become independent is an example of something sovereign. If a country is some states or countries have become independent, that they are using their own techniques, like earlier we were dependent on China for Chinese products. Okay, but now we have to be dependent because of lockdown. So our state has now become independent. Example of something sovereign. When we will become independent, then that is called sovereign. When we will stop export from other countries, that is we will not buy products from other countries, then we will become independent. Okay, so it is the full right and power of a governing body over itself without any interference from outside sources or body. So on the whole, we can say that this sovereign means the power. Okay, the power, the independent of a state, unlimited power. Okay, so still here we have discussed sovereignty. Now come to the topic democratic. What do you mean by democratic? See, democratic is made up of two words. First is demos and kratia. Demos plus kratia means rule of people. Rule of people. So, democratic country is that country in which there is rule of people. What do you mean by rule people? Means people can elect their members, people can vote their members and select the prime minister, select the president. Okay, so people have been given the right to select their representatives. So, democracy is a system of government in which people choose their rulers by voting for an election. What is the age for voting? 18 years or above. Okay, so democracy is a system of government in which people choose their rulers. Okay, people used to choose their rulers either through voting or through elections. Democratic means relating to or supporting democracy or its policies, principles. Okay, if a democratic state is that state which is supporting democracy. Okay, and democracy is what? Democracy is a system of government in which people choose their, in which people are given rights to elect their representatives. Okay, now this democracy is of two types, and what are they? First is direct and second one is indirect. Indirect means what? It can be seen in less. Where the population is less, there direct democracy is seen, and where the population is high, there is indirect democracy. See how? It can be seen in less population countries like Switzerland. Why? Because there are hardly 50 to 60 lakh adults. Okay. What happens in direct democracy? All the people, since the population is low, so all the people have right to participate in policy making. Okay, they can suggest their decisions, they can participate in policy making. But in indirect democracy, since the population is very high, so the people who are elected by the people of India, the main people, the elected representative who is elected by the people of India, only that single person can participate in policy making. But it is not in case of direct democracy. All common people can participate in policy making, like in Switzerland, because their population is very low. But in India, like India, population is very high, so it's become difficult to take decisions of all people. So all the people come together, select a representative, and that representative participate in policy making. Okay, so India has an indirect form of democracy. Thank you, students. This much for today.